Greetings from Scouse Farm. I'm near my own home again, not far from the Highton and Prescot golf course, which is through these woods on the other side. And if you've not seen that video and you like golf, it's a grade 2 listed manor house building, former manor house building, where a king, no less than a king of England, played rounds of golf. And I'll leave a link up here to that. So if you've not seen it, have a little look, particularly if you've got an interest in the history of Highton and golf. And I'm on, I don't even know what the road is, I don't know the name of it, but my car's just gone in for an MOT. But for reference, this little roundabout there, that's Highton Lane going down towards the aforementioned golf course. And then if you go over that way, you pop out onto Liverpool Road at the Prescot roundabout. But I'm here to walk around this little woodland called the Carr Lane Woods, which is often overlooked because we've got Statmore's Park just around the back there. So that's the big popular one with a massive pond stroke lake in the middle of it. But I've noticed what look like dragon's teeth, and these are pyramidal stone structures that these may or may not be actual dragon's teeth. And again, I've done a video about dragon's teeth in it was in Mossley Hill, not far from Smithdown Road, Wavertree Mossley Hill border, and they were placed around strategic points in the UK to prevent any attack from tanks if the Germans did manage to get over to the UK mainland and start moving up towards all of the major cities. So all over the UK there was a defensive ring put together, and these things used to be placed in front of, as I mentioned then, places like railways, important houses and things, and it would just stop tanks driving over them because it'll destroy the bottom of the tank. But I don't know if these are dragon's teeth or they were used as dragon's teeth and have just been moved here for some reason. But I did notice them on the way in, and it wasn't the reason for the video, so I'm happy I've seen them. But you can imagine they are solid, and if they are dragon's teeth, the original ones, they weren't just plunked on top of the ground, because then it would be very easy to just get an engineering tractor and scoop under them and lift them up. So a lot of these, there's a lot more underground there, so it'd dig down and have a big concrete base around it, and it would be literally next to impossible to move it unless you physically dug out all of the ground, which would take a lot of time. And as you can imagine, if you were an attacking tank column or an armoured fighting vehicle column, to stand in one place for a long time leaves you vulnerable. So that was why they were placed the way they were and landed on concrete pads. But I'll have to hopefully, if someone does know if these are dragon's teeth, drop it in the comments for me please, because I'm just trying to think of why they would put them here. But we did, or do, have the manor house over the back in Highton and Prescot golf course, so maybe that could have been used for something during World War II. So I'm going to walk you down through this little woodland, which is, I'd say peaceful. It's not peaceful when the traffic's around, but it is a little break from walking up a couple of main roads. It's not very big, but I want to take you to, if I remember rightly, there's a pond. Unless they've filled it in since the last walk down this way. There's a pond down the bottom, and I think it's an actual fishing pond. It's not very big, but it's quite a nice little spot, especially in the summer if you want to come round for a picnic. And it's a bit difficult to hold the phone today, it's raining, but I've got an umbrella perched under my armpit, so I'm trying to squeeze as hard as I can to keep this from falling to the floor, because I've put my car in for MOT today, so fingers crossed it passes and I can get back on the road later and tomorrow. I think there's some more there actually, some more of these dragon's teeth. Yeah, I am very keen to know if they are dragon's teeth or if they're just, I don't know why people would make sandstone shapes like this, which takes some time and effort, but maybe they just are decorative, because that one's definitely got no base. You can see there it's leaning up on this other rock, so that's been moved there. So I'm thinking maybe they're not dragon's teeth, but I'll still leave a link to that video because it is I find it interesting because there's a lot of World War II history around Liverpool. We've got pillboxes where people used to take cover and defend certain areas. So there's a few videos specific to particularly the Blitz, where the Luftwaffe bombed parts of Liverpool during 1940 and 1941. But yeah, they don't look like dragon's teeth, they look a bit decorative. So scratch that. Let's go and find this. I can't remember this being here last time I walked through. It's a fenced off area with some new trees being planted. And I can see a car park down there, so that means, if I do remember correctly, that's where the pond is, not far from there. So let's carry on. Excuse me while I stick the umbrella under my arm a bit better. Oh. But for anyone who's got a car that isn't brand new out of the packet and out of the factory, you will know the perils of MOT day. And it expires over the weekend, so I definitely had to get it in. It's Thursday today, and it's the only day I could get. So if I didn't put it in today, I wouldn't have been able to get it in Friday because he's fully booked up. And also I don't want to go over the weekend where it expires and then drive, because you're on edge when you're not MOT'd and you want to drive to work or whatever, knowing that your car might be booked in later that day. But do you know what, if you do have an accident, it's not worth the risk, just in case. So we'll see how my little jalopy gets on. Let's walk around this way. Yeah, I haven't been here for a fair few years. And over the back you've got the M57, where you can see some of the shadows of the vehicles going past and the noise. And then on the other side of that is the boundary of the Highton and Prescot golf course. And then on the other side of the golf course is I live down that way, so it's only a little walk away from the garage, which is quite fortunate for me. And sometimes when you drop your cars off, when it's going in for services or MOTs or anything, you have to wait around or go and find somewhere else if it's nowhere near where you live, because you can't rush them. They're all on a timer and you have to go in at certain times. And there's a few cars parked up here, so this is a lot bigger than I last remembered it. We can go for a little walk down there. I'm not sure if I imagine some people run around here because it's not tiny, but it's not massive, so it might be a good little place to do a short run. And if you carry on down that way, again for reference, where the car's just gone there, you get to the bottom, turn a left there, and you end up at the Prescot shopping centre, where they've built the Tesco and quite a few new build estates. And they moved the Whitaker's Garden Centre down there, which was a surprise to me. I hadn't been for a while, and then I went round. I was going to go and buy some, I think, lily bulbs or something, and then I was like, where's it gone? And there was all houses there. So that's how quick the pace of change happens in the country at the moment. It's just 1 minute there's a patch of grass, and when you go back round again, I went round and there was a load of detached houses being built. I was like, where's the garden centre gone? And there was a sign, it said it's moved to this major shopping centre not too far from the Prescot railway station. And here we have Le Pond. And on the way around you can see there's a few benches dotted about, so it is great for a little peaceful move away from the concrete for a bit. And you've got places to sit down, there's a few litter bins, and luckily and gladly, and I'm as yet to see any bags being dumped here or fly tipping or anything, which it's turning into a major problem in Liverpool at the moment, an absolute major problem. Lots of areas are just getting fly tipped, and it is disgusting. It's horrible. It does us no favours whatsoever. Yeah, anywhere in the city there's always somewhere you can escape to and just walk around and be in nature for a little bit. So let's do a circumference of the pond. Nice island in the middle for all of the ducks and creatures to hide for a bit if they get bored or scared by people walking around. And again, I feel guilty. I didn't think there was ducks in this pond. I just thought it was a small fishing pond. It's way bigger than I thought. Or to remember, I should say. I can't remember it being this big, but that's quite good. So maybe it isn't a fishing pond. Maybe it's just a duck pond, and when I was here last, people were, I don't know though, it's got some, looks like pontoons or places where you can fish. I'll just zoom in now. But it is quite a peaceful little spot. See if I can see any signs of fishing. Yeah, I think there's, sorry boys, I've got nothing for you. I will come back though, because you're only round the corner. That's lovely. Yeah, they all think they're getting fed, definitely. There's a couple more here. A couple of more hens, I think. Oh. Now I'm drenched. And a goose. So I'm not going to disturb him. He doesn't know me. The ones in Statmore's Park know me. They come over to me and get fed. They actually eat out of my hand. The geese and the swans. Or the swan. There's only one left. One's disappeared. But yeah, I'll leave it there, viewers. I'm going to get back to my house because I'm going to go and get a haircut soon as well. Make full use of the day while the car's away. So thank you all very much for watching. And if you are local and you didn't know about this little place, it's definitely worth a little ramble around, because it carries on round that way. But not being a big park, you won't get lost, I don't think. So have yourselves a great day, and Scouse Farm. We'll see you all again soon.